All right, we are back live, the HD Radio Network Daytona 500 here at Daytona. And I'll tell you what, working caution number 5 here came out about lap 87 or so. But I'll tell you what, they're working the last turnaround lap here. Double file restarts here, Tracy. They're getting lined up, getting ready to roll out again. So I'll tell you what, we'll wait for that to happen. In the meantime, Tony Bowling out here in front with Joe DePino, Sean Brown, Ball out here in that 84 machine, Chapman in the 00 working his way forward, and Samato in that Dragon Motorsports car. Dwayne Hall, our pole sitter, in the first part, about the first 25, 30 laps, Tracy, he pretty much led the whole thing up there in the front. But that first pit stop, actually the second pit stop on lap 24, he came down and fueled up and was able to make it out. But I tell you what, since then, he's been buried back here pretty much from about 7th to 8th, just sometimes slipping out of the top 10 even. So Dwayne Hall, your pole sitter tonight, looking to put that thing back up in front. So we'll have to keep an eye on that 55 machine. But we still got a number of cars that are working on a lap down here. I know race officials, doing their job with the scoring tower. Apparently, there's some communications errors, or somebody probably cut through the line. It could be that guy with the laptop that Jerry found. But Jay Cherry, back here in 34th position, being shown the first car one lap down. So the dog comes out. He may be the lucky one tonight. And, we were talking about that 22 machine, Lacey Sargent. She's being shown 2 laps down, Tracy. She's the only female driver out here, and we had fun talking to her during the pre-race show before the activity started here at Daytona. And then 3 laps down is going to be the 36 machine of Houston. And I got a funny feeling he was involved in a caution earlier, possibly back on lap 68 or so. He's got some pretty good damage to the tail end of that thing. Yeah, you know what? These cars, they get them to the point where they're so delicate out here. You can't over rev them. You wind up blowing a gasket, throwing a shoe. I mean, you never know. And you got to treat these cars with kid gloves after running these kind of laps. I mean, they're pumping the horsepower out of these babies, and trying to make them go as fast as they can, but at the same time, 500 miles is 500 miles at 200 miles an hour. So a lot of wear and tear on these machines as we get set to go back to green flag racing. Tony Bowling out in front as the green comes out. Pino a little bit late on the throttle. Sean Brown side by side with the 34 machine up here, trying to get up past and take up the position behind Pino. Almost contact with Bowling and Pino up here, guys. Or Brown and Pino.
Yeah, Bowling got a great start there, JD, and I've been hearing some stuff coming out over the radio. Sounds like a few of these guys didn't prepare too well. Got a couple guys looking for a potty break.
I tell you what, get that old bucket and put it between your legs, dude. That's how we done it in the old days. But rolling on back here, 9th position, 38 machine, Hal Beardsworth. I tell you what, kind of slowly but surely, who's going to finish second? Hal on his way forward here, back here in the top 10, sitting here in 9th position. He's got the 88 machine of Wilson in behind him. That's going to be Ed Wilson with the, I believe he's part of the admin group over here, Nuff Radio outfit, and doing a pretty decent job keeping his machine up here in the top 10. So still a lot of racing here to go. 6 more laps, Cowboy. And if you haven't made your choice, you need to get over there and make it right now, because we're getting ready to give away one of those Viper 600 SR chairs. I think, from what I understand from Jason, that's over a $300, at least better than $300 deal. And I tell you what, looking to give one of those things away at the halfway point here, and that's going to happen in about 6 laps from now. So if you haven't got your answer in or your pick in, maybe we can get Jason or Greg to throw that link up one more time, and you just have about 6 laps or so, 5 laps to get your pick. Who's going to be the leader at the halfway point?
We got these cars out here running single file once again, JD. Everybody doing a great job out there, holding on to their positions. Don't see a whole lot of much moving around. I see the Turner getting a little push from the, trying to see what car number here, the 97, giving Turner some great push out there, trying to get him caught back up to our lead pack. It looks like they're going to get hooked up with him.
You bet. And Wilson in that 88 machine looking to get past Hal Beardsworth down here on the bottom. He's going after a position here on lap 95 as they approach the start-finish line in a tri-oval. And Wilson moving out just a little bit. Had to back off the throttle just a hair. That's going to allow Beardsworth to move on past him here. So Wilson looking for a move on that 38 machine. Couldn't get the job done coming through the tri-oval. So I'll tell you what, he'll pull up to the back bumper and get the slingshot coming off of turn 2 here down to backstretch, looking to get a position on that 38 machine as they get side by side up here. Now Turner's in the back in the 03 machine pushing Wilson along here. And here goes the, looks like the Tony Bowling, the 45 machine. I want to say the 45 machine up here, guys, giving up the lead, taking up a position on the upper end, on the outside. I'm not quite sure what that was all about. Perhaps he's waiting to get hooked up with his team member here, guys. But I'll tell you what, who I thought might have been the halfway point leader isn't going to be. And this is a whole new ball game up front. Sean Brown, Joe DePino out in front.
Yeah, these guys are doing a great job out there. I'm running side by side here, trying to get that upper to high and top line to work. Doesn't seem to be working as they're kind of fading back there a little ways, JD. As they're doing whatever they can to get that top line to work, but it's just not working. I don't know if these guys are properly hooked up. As Tony Bolin goes to get to the bottom, catches that apron a little bit, JD. Moving back to the bottom line. Tony Bolin falling all the way back to 10th place, guys, as he got shuffled out. And your leader, like I said, Sean Brown, followed by the 34, Joe DePino. That's your top two.
You know, 98 laps in the books, guys, and 100, we'll call it 102 more to go here at Daytona. Now, here's the deal. You know, with that many laps left, you know, the deal is you need to start, you know, figure out who your dancing partner is, stay in line, work together. And it takes a lot of patience to make that outside lane work. Joe DePino up here in the front taking over the position. Chapman in behind him. So I tell you what, a couple of more laps. We'll call it one more time around. We're going to slam the door shut on the fan challenge, the first fan challenge. Who's going to be the leader on lap 100? And I'll tell you what, Tracy, it could be anybody. As Dwayne Hall working his way forward. Come unglued, gas that thing up and put her forward. Dwayne Hall, your pole sitter, moving up on the leaders here.
Yeah, you got to look in the back there. He's got Foltz following right behind him, running in third position as they move Chapman to the high side. And in fourth position, Frankie Simano in the 23, the Dragon Motorsports car. Looks like right now Joe DePino holding the lead, JD, and I do believe you said this is lap 99 right here?
Absolutely. This is lap 99. I'll tell you what, they're coming off turn 4, heading down the front stretch here, coming through the tie-oval. They'll hit that start-finish line. Lap 100 will click over. Is it DePino or Hall? I'll tell you what, if you picked Joe DePino for the halfway leader, you might have a shot at that Viper 600 SR gaming chair, dude. And I'll tell you what, hook that baby up to your sound and plug it in, because you're going to go for an e-ticket ride. So there it is, Joe DePino. He's your halfway leader at this time. So if you picked him, you got the shot at that Viper 600 chair, Tracy.
Hey, JD, I picked Joe DePino. I picked him. But you're supposed to sign up, weren't you?
Yeah, but you know, the other thing, Jason and Greg both said that neither us, our families, our aunts, uncles, in-laws, outlaws, neighbors, anybody that we know can't participate. So unfortunately,
How about illegitimate children?
you know, I have to check on that.
Wait a minute, are you talking about
What?
like Jesse James outlaws, or are you talking about like my outlaw-in-law relative family outlaw?
Like your relative family, do you know another outlaw?
Jesse
the yellow
James outlaw, baby.
All right, yellow coming out again here, guys. Is I'm not hearing any car numbers, but let's go back to Biddle. It looks like a 27th position back here. Jay Biddle going around here, and I just happened upon that one, so I pushed the buttons on my machine here, and it looks like he's going for an e-ticket ride. Looks like he might have got side by side. I can't tell who that is. Almost going 3 wide back here, John, but let's see if we can't pull it up on the old E-Wine machine and see what John, the bad boy's, got for us.
Yeah, well, guys, let's see what happened here. The 22's on the outside of them here. They're going to come through this corner, and he's just going to clip the right quarter panel on me. He's going to plow that 60 car, and then he's going to go slide through the infield. He's just flying through here, but it doesn't look like, unless he slides back up on the track, it don't look like a whole lot of damage here. He's going to miss the outside wall, a lot of rubber flying. He's going to have a couple flat tires for sure, but don't see a whole lot of damage on that machine.
I'll tell you what, looks like the 00, or no, that's a 60 car. I couldn't even see the numbers on the side of that machine. Looks like the 60 car takes a pretty big hit there too, Tracy. And I'm still playing around with my buttons on my machine here, rolling around, and I tell you, just not a whole lot anybody could have done. Of course, you know, at that time, you know, 180, 190 miles an hour, so there's very little you can do in that kind of situation, Tracy.
No, it looks like it's just everybody fighting for a little bit of real estate there, and got into the corner of the 76 there. Looked like the 2 car. He kind of shot the gap between him and the 22, trying to make something happen, and a little contact just sent him spinning. But as I said, caught that 60 car, sent him for a really wild ride into that wall. But I tell you what, this extra caution really isn't helping that person with the bathroom issue. I won't say any names. Possibly could be Turner in the 03.
Turner in the 03. You know what? Like I said, you know, get the old bucket out, just like we used to do in the old days. You just don't get up and wander off and do your thing. You put the bucket between your legs and call it a night. But I tell you what, this is going to be caution number 6, guys, coming out here at Daytona, happening right here, pretty much at the halfway point. So I hope this is not a sign of things to come. We got tons of racing left to do here at Daytona. In fact, about 98 laps to be exact. But I tell you, it looks like we're getting quite a few takers coming down pit road, Tracy. Of course, I do see ball peen hammers laying on the pit wall down there for the damaged cars, and you know, quite a few rolls of bear bond being brought out.
Yeah, we got a bunch of cars heading down pit road. Looks like quite a few of them are going to take 2 tires and fuel, JD. Just get them topped out and get back out on the track. These guys doing a great job. Pit crew's working hard for them. We're kind of looking at the 12 of Jerry Hinkle. Look like it's going to take them a while. Fuel, we got a crash on pit road. The 14 car, and I'm trying to see what the other car, and the 21 crash into each other on pit road, JD. Or 121, I'm sorry.
You know, sometimes it does get a little tight down there on pit road, and I'll tell you, here's the deal. When you're coming out of your box, you got to get right over to that far right-hand lane so other people don't come crashing into you. But sometimes it does get a little bit tight down there. But I'll tell you what, I was watching Dwayne Hall make his pit stop. Looked like 2 shoes for him and a bucket of oats. He's back out on the track. So Dwayne Hall, pole sitter, looking to put that 55 machine back out in front. Jerry, you got more?
Man, I'm going to tell you what, JD, that 21 car was just absolutely stalled on pit road. 14 obviously didn't see him. The 2 cars in front of him split right and left, and I mean right into the rear end of the 21. Sent him flying into the infield there. That was pretty rough, man. Tough hit by the 14 of Kevin Hibbett, guys.
All right, I'll tell you what, a tough night for some of these guys, Tracy, but let's see if we can't get hold of Phil Foltz on the radio and find out how his night's going. But we'll try to do that when we come back from commercial. And we'll go ahead and take a break right here, right now. You're watching live ETV Live Cowboy. It's the only choice and you don't know how serious we are about that. So I'll tell you what, this is the HD Radio Network Daytona 500. Don't wander off. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. And I'll tell you what, Jerry and Tracy sitting back here going after it with each other over trivia questions and how they come up with these darn things. And Tracy, real quick with the answer, beyond me. But I tell you what, let's see if we can't get a hold of that driver of that 71 machine down there out in front, Phil Foltz. So Phil's JD up in the radio. Do you have a copy? In the radio.
I'm in the radio. I'm in the radio. I'm doing pretty good down here, JD. I stayed out. Probably not the greatest call in the world, but.
Wow, that's really loud, man! I tell you what, what do you got, a bullhorn up to your microphone down there?
Sorry, guys. Is that any better? They give me these sensitive mics because it's loud in this car.
Yeah, it's really loud. But I tell you what, got yourself up there in the front. I knew you started back there. I think around third position back there. But I tell you what, how's your night going?
So far, so good. The number 71 Viper Technologies hard driving radio Chevy's doing pretty good for me tonight. I know my teammates aren't doing too well, and they're not very happy. And I guess they got the ball peen hammers out on their pits for sure.
I tell you what, 104 of them in the books, and we got a substantial amount left. Of course, we're probably going to see some lead changes take place. How long do you think keep that 71 machine out in front?
I don't know, man. Everybody else pitted kind of left me out. I could be a sitting duck.
All right. I'll tell you what, I'll make sure all the guys with shotguns are pointed in the other direction. But good luck to you down there, Phil. Have a good ride, my friend. All right, that was Phil Foltz on the radio with us with his bullhorn. I tell you what, Phil Foltz, he's also I think he's one of the engineers for the NuffWorld HD Radio Network over there. 4 stations. If you haven't tuned in, you got to check it out, dude. HDRadioNetwork.com. 4 stations to choose from, and I have been after him for that country western song, country western station, Tracy and Jerry, but just can't seem to get it through their heads that Waylon Jennings is still alive, man.
Hey, Jerry, do you think we need to bring out the old paint job for people with bad microphones?
Oh, man, wasn't that a Walmart paint job, I believe?
Yeah,
Walmart.
we swapped their cars out for a Walmart car and didn't allow them to have any other car to drive until they would get a new microphone and clear that stuff up. So it made it pretty fun, JD. Usually we made quite a decorative Walmart car for them and cleared all that stuff up, and usually didn't take very long. And so, but yeah, it looks like Foltz doing a great job out there, getting out in front to this field tonight, JD.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you what, as these guys get situated in here, pace car still out there, so what they'll do is get the one to go, and remember, double file restarts here at Daytona, so as the pace car pulls off, they'll have one more time around. The leader of the race gets his choice, inside or outside, so we'll have to wait and see what Phil Foltz in that 71 machine, that beautiful looking car he's got out there, See what position. Looks like he's going to take the inside, Tracy. But you know what? We got some more important news to let everybody know, and that's going to be the winner of the Viper 600 SR gaming chair, dude. Oh, you wanted me. Oh, you wanted me to say his. Oh. I get it.
Well, that would be helpful. I was just going to offer a chicken dinner.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I think all the fans are probably chewing on their fingernails over there in the chat room over there. So I'll tell you what. Before the chat room kind of resets itself again, maybe we need to get the name out there. And I'll tell you what. The big winner, the big winner tonight for the first of two Viper 600 butt-kicking chairs, gaming chairs out there, is going to be Gabriel Albuquerque, number 34. I tell you what, you're the one that selected Joe DiPino to be the halfway leader at lap 100. So congratulations to Gabriel for winning that brand spanking new Viper 600 butt-kicking chair from Viper Technologies, guys.
Yeah, congratulations to him. And winning that chair, you know, JD, I was just trying to slow you up to build the suspense up and try to make everybody be ready on the edge of their seat and kind of get that postponed moment.
Yeah, but I tell you what, you know, there's always some kind of drama happening here at ETV, whether it's back in the office listening to Jerry and John go at it, or out here on the track watching these boys duke it out at Daytona. But I tell you what, a lot of things happening here with ETV Live. Of course, Viper Technologies coming aboard here just a few weeks back. And I tell you what, we've been giving out these gaming chairs here, pretty much a couple of them a week, and we're going to keep on doing that. You know, for about the next 33 or 34 weeks or so, 32 weeks or so. So check it out, dude. And in the meantime, etv-eplay.net, as we get ready to go back racing here, etv-eplay.net, you can watch this thing again as the green flag is out. We're back racing. Foltz picking it up, guys. I tell you what, he's got Jenkins up tucked in behind him here as Barden and Gutierrez try to make something up. Dwayne Hall working himself back up into 5th position here, guys. And Hal Beardworth in that 38 machine up on the outside, Tracy. And he's getting pushed by, looks like, Ball in that 84 car.
Yeah, JD, I'm trying to take a look in the back of the pack here. Looks like everybody got to a pretty decent start. Don't see any huge breakups at the moment. Looks like these guys just got to try to catch that draft, keep up with these leaders. The 88 of Wilson doing his best to get that draft. He's got the car of Turner up in front of him, and that'll be the tail end of that first pack. And the guys up in the top 15 here running side by side.
You got to tell you what, a little action coming down the front stretch here through the trial. Well, I'll tell you what, 38 car Hal Beardsworth up there in 6th position. Looked like he was having a hard time hanging on that machine up there. He's up there on the top line up there. But, contact with the Ball, and I want to say that was Zimmerman's 3 wide coming down the backstretch, guys. Oh, almost 4 wide. 108 laps in the book. Still a lot of racing left, Tracy, and they're already letting them all hang out.
Yeah, I'm watching back here, JD, and that actually had to check up a little bit as they got 3 wide, started to bump into each other. But the top 3 have split themselves off into single file in front of the group from 4th on back, running side by side. Looks like that 00 might have got a little bump, turned them, got them a little sideways, but able to keep that car going straight. We got a much larger pack, was able to hang together this time, JD.
You bet. I'll tell you what, this is the kind of racing I like to see at Daytona and Talladega, dude. Beardsworth finding a hole on the bottom, just back down inside there. He's still running up there in the top 6. But I tell you what, they're letting it all hang out, dude. You'd think this is the last 10 laps of the race. 109 in the books. Plenty of racing left here to do. Is Garcia in a 24 car up here in 12th position trying to make that top line work, Tracy?
Yeah, JD, I'm going to check back here a little ways with that 91 of Zimmerman. All of a sudden, he just slowed way down. So I'm going to see if maybe he got up into that wall a little bit, JD. And at the moment, I'm not seeing any issues. I think he just decided he wanted to go to the back of the pack, but just about caused a crash with that checkup. And he's real slow on the track. I'm not too sure what's going on, and we'll have to keep an eye on that 91 of Zimmerman.
All right, and I'll tell you what, while you're taking a look at that action, why don't we go ahead and throw it on out there, open the gates, and let them get in. Put the link back up there, guys. I'll tell you what, you need to pick the winner of the race here tonight for the for that Viper 600 chair. So seat number 2 coming at you. So we'll get Jason and Greg to put that link up there. Fan challenge. I'll tell you what, pick the winner of the race tonight, and you're going to go home with one of these Viper 600 gaming seats. So let's get the link up there and get it out there, and get the fans interactive. And I'll tell you what, ETV Live, always fan interactive. The chat room going over here. And I'll tell you, man, nobody has left their seat. They're all still glued in watching ETV Live here, guys. I'll tell you what, Thunder in the house. The Scribbler still hanging out. Tracy. Travis Monette. Tell you, that little buddy over there from GTRL. Wendell. I wonder if that's the real Wendell over there keeping an eye on things here. And I'll tell you what, Tim at TV Creative Designs. I mean, everybody's here, and I hope everybody's enjoying the action here at Daytona International Speedway, Tracy.
Yeah, I'm watching our big group here up front. Still running side by side, JD.
Ooh.
Not losing the top 3, but these guys are really duking it out up here in the front. And I was also checking out our second group of cars as they're working pretty hard to try to get back up there. And that's Wilson, Turner, and Thames, and looks like Hibbett's back in this group, and also Busa. These guys are running side by side. You got 6 cars, 3 high, 3 low. And this way, they'll never get caught back to the lead pack. They need to get together and follow in line and try to catch our leaders. Our leaders are getting farther and farther away from this group.
Watching Sean Brown back here, guys. He's back here in 9th position. He's on the bottom. And, you know, sometimes it's pretty difficult to see out in front of that car in front of you and to know where that bottom line is, that apron line down there, because that's no man's land. When you get across that double line down there, that'll throw you for a loop. But Sean Brown looks like he might be having some difficulty trying to keep all 4 on the left side of that line down there. But I'll tell you what, that top line, putting it up, hooked up, and making it go forward, Tracy, is they're trying to inch their way past the leader up here.
Yeah, they're giving Joe DePino in that 34 a heck of a push around the track here. You got the 08 of Gutierrez pushing them real good. Gutierrez pushing them really strong around the track. Then you got Dwayne Hall in that 3rd in that high line. But I tell you, that 71, he's working really hard. Foltz getting a great push by Jenkins. And on the inside with them is also Barden. As now it looks like the 34 of DePino getting around the 71 of Foltz for the lead, JD.
Oh, Dwayne Hall gets a piece of the wall coming into the front stretch, guys. No harm, no foul, but I'll tell you what, he scraped a bunch of paint off that right side. Dwayne Hall running up here in 5th. He's your pole sitter here tonight. Tried to maneuver his way through the pack up there on the top, getting up close to that 71 machine of Foltz down there on the bottom. But Dwayne Hall taking a little piece of the wall for a ride with him. In the back, he's got the 84 of Ball. Ball trying to get up there and hook up to the 55's bumper and give him a little bit of shove. But I tell you what, looks like Hall might be out there all by himself, guys. Not a whole lot of draft working off that 84 machine. But let's talk about the bottom line down here. In 7th position, going to be the 23 car, Frankie Samato. I tell you what, this cat sneaks up on you, and you don't know he's there until it's too late. So keep an eye on that number 22 machine for Dragon Motorsports. In behind him is going to be Hal Beardworth. Who's going to finish second? Hal, I tell you what, he's got his foot glued to the floorboard. Sean Brown still having a fight with that apron line down there, guys. So Sean Brown may be struggling from some handling problems as he moves up off the bottom. Maybe a little better smooth sailing in that upper line up there.
Yeah, JD, he's just trying to get hooked up to 55 Dwayne Hall. I think this is like the 2nd or 3rd time Dwayne been on that outside line helping getting the cars pushed ahead to have them bail to the bottom and kind of leave them hanging and fall to the back. And he's kind of stuck up there until he can get a gap to move back to that low line. But Dwayne Hall working that high line and pretty much getting winged out there, Jerry.
Man, I'm going to tell you what, guys. I'm sitting up here watching the front of this race. It is incredible to watch these guys, the tests that they put on, JD. You just keep an eye on them, and all of a sudden you'll see one of them little suckers. He'll pop out there to the side and think, oh, who's going to go with me? Oh, no one's going with me. Right back in he goes. Keep an eye on those guys, and they're in about the first through 7th, front to back. They keep popping out. We'll see who actually gets brave enough to jump out there and try to get around that 34 of Joe DePino, JD Webb.
Hey, you got that right. And I'll tell you what, you know, here's how it works. The draft is a big thing here. And, Tracy, it's not only the draft coming off the back of the car in front of you, but it's also the draft coming off the ones beside you. And I'll tell you, you watch these guys, some of them are getting it done and getting it done well. You watch that 55 car, he knows exactly what he's doing as they come through the turn. He gets down there almost pushing the car beside him down a little bit. But I'll tell you, you want to work that side draft and keep that momentum going, because if you wander too far up the track, away from that car on the bottom, you're going to wind up going backwards here a little bit. So what Dwayne Hall trying to keep the momentum up in that 55 machine. But I'll tell you what, we got a gaggle of cars working the bottom here. Let's take it all the way back to Beardsworth, Bard, Jenkins, Foltz. I mean, looks like it's going to be Jenkins, Foltz, Goodyear back here in the back. But I'll tell you what, get in line, single file line, and make that thing work. Make the draft work. Stay put. 117 laps in the book, Tracy. So a lot of racing left.
Yeah, I tell you what, I think we just passed halfway not too long ago, JD. But looking to work at Sean Brown, trying to work with people to get that high line going. Matter of fact, Dwayne Hall decides to jump back to that bottom line and get himself worked forward again. As it looks like, I think they're going to be catching up to a slow car here, JD. And we still have a few out here too wide. And we'll tell you what, we know what happens when you get too wide with a third car being a slower car involved, JD.
Ooh. Yeah, you bet. I'm watching this gaggle of cars, you know, coming off of turn 2 here, heading down the backstretch. Boy, they come slingshotting off. And I'll tell you, when they do that, that's a good indication that the driver has not gotten out of the throttle, and he finds himself being sucked right up to the bumper of that car. What happens is it throws you for a loop when you hit the turn, as that momentum kind of carries you up and around into the headed towards the wall. So we know exactly what's happening when we see that kind of thing. But I tell you what, looks like they're kind of breaking loose single file now, guys. So whatever they had between them, they're getting it worked out. Hal Beardsworth, the lone driver up there on the outside, trying to find a dancing partner, but I don't hear no music.
Yeah, I tell you, the only car he's got coming up to him will be the 16 of Lowe's, as he's working his way to try to get up to that 38. Give him a hand on the outside, but Hal Beardsworth gets back to that bottom line. So it looks like the 16 is the only one stuck on that outside right now at the moment. JD, as he's getting freight trained, as Sean Brown is the final car to get around him where he's able to get back in the draft on the bottom of the track, and that also brings in Ball, who's able to catch onto that draft in that 84, and he's getting a good push from the 29, JD.
You bet. I'll tell you what, some fine action happening out here at Daytona at about 120 laps into this thing. So that's kind of racing we like to see. I'll tell you what, them boys had enough of that here for a while. They get settled back down. And I'll tell you what, if you haven't yet, we'll get Jason and Greg to put that link back up there, the Fan Challenge. This is going to be chair number 2 here tonight for HD Radio Network Daytona 500. I'll tell you what, who's going to be the winner here tonight? You need to make your pick, make it now, and you'll have a shot at going home with one of those Viper 600 SR chairs from gaming seats from Viper Technologies. And I'll tell you what, Gabriel Albuquerque winning the first one here on lap 100. He picked Joe DePino, and I'll tell you what, enjoy that new gaming chair. But I'll tell you what, in the meantime out here, Tracy, things have calmed down here just a little bit. So
yeah, JD, tell you what, I'm back here checking out Cherry's car, and I just noticed something on the back bumper. If all you NASCAR fans out there remember, last year in the Nationwide Series, you had was it the Ricky versus Trevor on the Roush cars? Well, we got Cherry versus Lowe's on the back of the 6th car of Cherry's car. So I'm guessing them two are considering themselves running for a series championship between each other.
You think? I tell you what, we'll have to check the gambling halls over there, but that may be the case. I didn't get a chance to talk to either one of those drivers, but interesting you bring that up. Maybe we can check on that a little bit later on. But Cherry running in 25th position back here. He's got D. Sargent in the 2 machine as a dancing partner back here. And Vasquez in that 21 machine, that's my little buddy down there from Costa Rica. That's Christian Vasquez up there trying to make it work for him back here in 28th position, guys. And FordParts.com car, sharp-looking car. I know that he does his own paint job, has a little paint booth out in the back of his place down there in Costa Rica, and does a fine job. And I'll tell you what, Christian Vasquez, a big ETV fan, hangs out over there at the office with us, and pretty good Joe. So always fun to watch him out here as they try to put their cars up there in the front. But I'll tell you what, Tracy, again, the fan challenge out there, we get... Looks like Jason and Greg got that link up there to it. Pick the winner and see if you can get your hands on one of them gaming chairs.
Yeah, I tell you, Jade, I moved up, found the Lowe's car, the 16, and sure enough, I look on the side of his car and he's got Lowe versus Cherry. So each one of them paint their car and put their name first. And he'll tell you what, Lowe's right now doing a pretty good job as he's running in the 18th position. And Cherry is running right now in that 6 car back in 25th.
You've got 32nd position back here. The 1 car, Robertson, being passed by the lead group up here. That's going to put him a lap down here. Actually, he's probably going to go a couple laps down here before long. But Kelly in that 3 machine up here, that's going to be Kevin Kelly. He's also a lap down. I think he might have been involved in one of those cautions, if I'm not mistaken, Tracy. So they're all motoring right past him back here on the backstretch, going into the turn here. Lowe's in that 16 machine going by, but Kelly dropping to the bottom here, and it's caution coming out again here, guys. And see if we can't pull it around. I'm wondering if it's a 9 car. I'm not quite sure. Let me try to move it forward here. I see somebody down on the apron and one that's smoking. We got it? All right, still looking here, Tracy.
Pulling it up now, JD, see what happened. He looks like he got down on the apron, came back up the track here, back down on the apron one more time. I think you're going to see he just loses all on his own, guys. Just a slow, lazy slide after he came up and down off the apron several times. He finally couldn't hold on to it.
All right, does John, the bad boy Westland, I tell you what, ain't no better cameraman than the bad boy right there. Quick on making those magic fingers work, quick on the action, pulling that E-wind back up for us, taking a second look. And I'll tell you, Joe DePino still hanging out here in front with, looks like Phil Foltz, Jenkins, Barden, Chapman back here near top 5. Samato Beardsworth, man, I'll tell you what, hanging out in the top 10 pretty much all night long, guys. Wonder what he's up to as the laps start winding down here. 125 of them in the books here at Daytona. And I tell you, I'm sure we're going to get some takers down pit road this time, Tracy. I'm still working some fuel scenarios out here. I know strategies are playing a big part here at Daytona, as they always do. So we'll see what we have coming down pit road here just shortly.
Yeah, you know as well they do, JD. Get down there, get a full tank of fuel, but you know all these cars will have to stop one more time. But you might be able to only have to put half a tank, which will save you. You only put 1 can in your fuel in your car, which will save you quite a bit of time on pit road. So I would say you're going to see everybody down pit road.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, DePino, he's the lead horse. He's bringing them all down with him. I'll tell you what, we'll keep an eye on things down here on pit road as they come into their pit boxes. I'll tell you what, I'm going to keep an eye on DePino up here. I want to see what he's going to do. If you want to monitor the rest of them, we can get Jerry focusing on a couple of them here and see what this is going to put out. We've seen all different kind of things happening here tonight. 2 tires, no tires, fuel only, a little bit of fuel. And I'll tell you what, it doesn't, it could be anything, anytime down there on pit road. Looks like DePino, 2 right side tires for that 34 machine, but I think somebody might have beat him out of the pits. I'm not sure. I can't see that far forward, but DePino, 2 tires and fuel, and he's down and out. Jerry?
I'm going to tell you what, guys, I heard some radio communication there that I probably was not supposed to catch on to, but I believe we might have a little bit of teamwork going on here tonight with some pit stops and how people are getting in and out. So keep an eye on that, guys. A lot of damage, though, it looks like, to that Busa car there. He got it in, tried to get it repaired. They couldn't do much for him. So a lot of other guys down, full tanks of fuel, 4 tires, some 2. We'll see how this turns out, JD.
You bet. All right, and looks like Ball in that 84 machine and Sargent in that number 2 machine staying out on this go round, Tracy. But you know, kind of wonder what they're up to. I know that they can come down on the next time around, but we'll see if we can't catch up with that action when we come back from our break. So tell you what, why don't we go ahead and step away? Let's take advantage of that buffet table sitting here behind us. I'll tell you what, potato salad, barbecue ribs, chicken, we got the whole 9 yards piled up, and we need to get after that. So I'll tell you what, sit tight, don't wander off, cowboy. You're watching live, ETV Live, the HD Radio Network, Daytona 500. We'll be right back. All right, we are back live, the HD Radio Network, Daytona 500, and being told that question number 3 is still out there, and that includes all 3 series. That's who's the oldest driver to win the NASCAR championship. And question number 2, that's going to go to Travis Monette, getting the right answer for question number 2. So congratulations, Travis, and hoping you're having fun here tonight. But Tracy, something else happening out here on the track. Now, the 84 car has stayed out on this pit stop, and from Joe DiPino back, which is in number 2 spot, everybody pitted. So we got to wonder what's going on between the crew chief and that driver of that number 84 machine, Ball.
Very possible, JD. They're on a little bit different fuel strategy. Maybe thinking they can make it to just after lap 150 maybe, and try one more single fuel stop. I would think if you're going to stay out, you're betting on getting a caution so you can get pit road fairly early in the run, maybe 20 laps or so, and that way everybody else will be pitting with you, JD?
Yeah, that could be the case. I'll tell you what, it's been a long time since I've had to ride one of these things around Daytona, but that very well may be the case, as we kind of keep an eye on that situation. Now, they should be on their lineup lap, and I'll tell you what, looks like DePino is going to be up on the outside. Paul has chosen the inside. Looks like Hall, Biddle, Hinkle, Samanto, you're pretty much your top 6 up here, and we should be getting the green flag here just momentarily, so we'll keep an eye on Ball and DePino up here as the flag is up and it's green. We're back to racing at Daytona.
Yeah, I'm taking a look in the back, JD. Sometimes there's a big checkup in the back of the group. So far, looking pretty clean. Don't see any cars getting into each other. And they're cleaning off and running. Don't look for any spread. Looks like everybody's in the draft at the moment as these cars are wounding, still in the process of getting up to speed, running side by side for the lead, JD.
Dwayne Hall and Joe DePino up here. DePino swings way wide coming off the turn, but I'm taking a look at that 84 machine down on the bottom, Tracy. I see some damage, but looks like DePino and Hall, Garcia working together up here, guys. Here comes the 20. Oh, contact with the 22.
Wow.
Looks like Garcia getting in the back of the 22, guys.
Yeah, JD, give him a pretty good thump. Great job for Frankie Simano to hold on to that car. Garcia had a heck of a run coming behind him, and pretty much didn't look like he even bothered lifting, trying to hope for maybe a clean bump, maybe to Frankie Simano, or possibly even a little bump to move him up, take over that position.
You know, and here's the deal, guys. You know, we talked about it before. You know, at 3 or 4 laps after a restart, that's the time when you got to get hooked up and get the position. And that's why we're seeing all this really competitive racing out here, guys. And I tell you, it's been that way pretty much on every restart. But it looks like they're getting back into a single file line a little bit early this time. We got Sawerin up on the outside with Tate out in front in 12th position back here, guys, with Beardsworth back here in 11th on the bottom.
Yeah, JD, I'm back here listening to these cars, riding with them. Quite a few of them, you can hear them jumping out of the gas, doing a little bit of a checkup. You can get on that bottom line, and some guys are scrubbing a little more speed off than you do, and really cause the whole field of the group to check up. Matter of fact, they're starting to fall off in that lead pack as Hal Beardsworth trying to give. Oh, the 76 really gets sideways, JD. Able to straighten that car out, and did a great job not to lose it.
Yeah, and we've got caution coming out again, guys. Ooh, that's going to be caution number 7, I believe. Let's see if I can't roll it around here and pick it up. Looks like being told it might be the 91 of Zimmerman here, guys, as we work down through the list, try to pick it up. I see Zimmerman actually sitting out in the middle of the grass here, guys. Not quite sure what was going on. And John, you probably got a better angle on it than me.
Yeah, see if I can see what happened here. A couple cars look like they just got loose there, and he comes back up right in front of Zimmerman. It's that wasn't Zimmerman. It's somebody down on the apron line there came flying back up the track, guys, and just took out Zimmerman, that 91.
Yeah, trying to pick up, I see a red car with the STP on it, guys, but I don't see a car number, so I can't tell. It looks like Chapman in a 00 car down on the grass. Almost the same deal as that last one, or a couple of cautions ago, Tracy, where they just kind of get hooked up back there and kind of shoved out of the way. So I believe this is going to be caution number 7, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, guys, I'm re-watching this. That 00 Chapman, yeah, comes across the track, gets into the 91, puts him hard into that outside wall, and he gets up on 2 wheels. The back end actually catches a safer barrier, but it lands back on all 4 wheels. And then also the 16 of the Lowe's gets caught up in the guy. So I look like about 6-7 cars, JD, all pretty well banged up in that one.
You bet. I'll tell you what, 180 miles an hour, nowhere to go. And, if you're going to go for an e-ticket ride, if you can't pick a path through the carnage. But I'll tell you what, ball peen hammers, barrel bonnets, all coming out down around pit road. But I'll tell you what, crew chief's working down there, dragging tires out of the bucket, getting ready to roll. So Tracy, probably a bunch of them heading down again this time. But this time it's going to be for repairs and not gas.
Yeah, JD, we have one car down on the apron, not moving. That'll be the 13 of Jackson. Not too sure what's going on there. Don't know if he broke a motor, but his car is sitting in the turn, right on the apron, not even moving.
All right, we'll have to keep an eye on that situation and find out what that problem is. But I don't see any tow trucks heading out yet, so perhaps he's able to get it fired back up and get it moved. But I believe that's going to be caution number 7 coming out here at Daytona, guys. So I'll tell you what, as these laps wind down, Tracy, I'm sure, spotters, crew chiefs, they're all talking to one another. They're making plans, who's the dancing partner, and putting some strategy together, before the end of this thing.
Yeah, JD, I'm trying to look at the start time here. There's a 1 o'clock start time we had today on the track, and not too sure how far we've came through this and how long it's been, but I know we have a few people concerned with wrecks and the track going in tonight, guys.
How many Pontiacs are in the field, JD?
But it looks like I found out what happened to our 13 car, JD. Motor problem.
All right, motor problems. I had to make an adjustment on my microphone here. I think John was trying to tell me something, but I couldn't quite hear him. But happened to glance over in the chat room over here, Travis Monette. He's up to his little antics over there. How many Pontiacs are in the field, JD?
I can think of one. I can think of one, JD.
One,
right.
JD.
One.
And it's JD, no DePino.
Yeah, see? It was a trick question.
That's what happened to his Cadillac. Last I seen, Pino used to be driving a Cadillac. He gets around, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he would show up in a Cadillac, but you watch him leave in a Pontiac.
Joe DePino, I tell you what, he could come rolling out here in anything. I think we've even seen him out here in Mercedes-Benz, if I'm not mistaken. But
was that an S-Class or an E-Class?
Convertible
what,
or hardtop?
I think I need to correct myself on that. I believe there actually may be 2. Kevin Hibbett is actually driving a Cadillac tonight.
Oh my God! There you go, Kevin Hibbett. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, all kinds of things happening out here at Daytona today, and I'll tell you what, the biggest thing out there, when keep it up, Monette. I swear, they raced Model Ts when J.D. Webb raced. You and I are going to meet in the bar after this one tonight.
Cars weren't even invented by then.
Hey, watch it.
Remember, they were still just looked like an old horse and carriage with 1-cylinder engine going putt.
Man, I'll tell you what, and nobody has more fun up here in the booth than ETV Live. And I'll tell you what, you can go ahead and watch them other guys. But I'll tell you, if you want to have some fun, it's right here, ETV Live.
Hey, JD.
And, yeah, go ahead, John. You're next.
Guess who decided to get out of bed?
It's, who got out of bed? Who's out of bed?
The law dog.
Oh, law dog.
To show up 3 hours late for work.
Oh my God! And is he coming up the stairs or what? Law dog showing up 3 hours late for work.
All the work's done now. He might as well just sit there and sit where he's been sitting all night on his keister.
You know what, JD? Tracy, why don't you send him out to look for your shirt the squirrels took?
No, I lost one of my squirrels. He's wearing an ETV shirt. If we don't get that squirrel back, we're going to be out of power shortly.
Look at these dudes over here. Keith, what is that? Keith B. TPS. JD was in Ben-Hur era racing. Yeah, chariots and horse. Give me a frickin' break.
Hey, JD, I got a trivia question.
They were still using.
What is it? Beat up on JD night? What is this?
How old is dirt?
Well, it was here when I got here, so that should tell you something.
I was going to say JD, but okay.
Shortly before, Jerry.
All right, and I'll tell you what. Let's well, go ahead. One last shot. Take your shot.
I'm not taking a shot at you, but just for fun, Jerry, you should just ask that question you asked me that I got it in less than 30 seconds to our group down there, just for a fun question, just to see how many people know it.
Oh, we will. Don't worry.
All right. I think we got the one to go here. These guys should be cycling around, getting ready to get in their double file restart here as they work that out. But I'll tell you what, watching the chat room over here, and JD, lots of love from Canada. Where's Canada? With that being said, hey, I want to see if I can get Greg on the mic. I don't know if he's willing to do that yet or not. But I kind of wanted him to get up here and talk about this Viper 600 chair a little bit. Let me see if I can't see if he's over by his microphone. Greg, you still with us here? All right. Apparently, sounds like Greg might be a little bit busy doing something else. But in the meantime, we'll get him in here. We'll get him talking about that Viper 600 chair. And remember, we got the other one. It's up for grabs at the end of the race, and you got to get in there and it's the pick the winner of the race here tonight. Who's it going to be? And get a shot at winning that thing here tonight. But I'll tell you what, 135 laps in the books here, guys. Still got a lot of racing here left to do as we get ready for the restart here at Daytona, Tracy.
Yeah, we got everybody lined up, ready to go. And JD, something to do with that mic. Might be that missing squirrel.
Missing squirrel.
Well, I had to put one on their system to give them a little power.
You bet. You know what? I thought I heard a knock at the door. Well, let's get back to that in a minute. We're getting ready to go back to Green Flag Racing here. Samanto, Garcia, Hinkle, and Foltz out here in front. Frankie Samanto, I told you, man, this guy sneaks up on you. You don't even know he's there. And there's that Dragon Motorsports number 22 machine out in front collecting his bonus points for the night. Garcia and Hinkle and Garcia in behind him here. So quickly drop it to the bottom. Get that single line going down here, Tracy. So that's going to leave the 03 of Turner up on the outside.
Looks like the first car outside the draft of our lead pack, JD. There's a 31 of Barton as they're fighting just to get them cars up to speed. The pack pulling away from him. He's getting a little bit of push from Kelly. Kelly trying to give him a push back up to our lead draft. Like I said, I'm just trying to keep an idea of who's kind of falling out of the group up there. Is Barden and Themes is trying to work together and get up to the front. Themes is one lap down, JD.
Yeah, Sargent and that 2 machine up here on the top, working that top line with the 03 up there. Turner trying to make that top line work up here. He's got the 55 machine, your pole sitter tonight, Dwayne Hall up there, and then of course Sean Brown kind of bring up the tail end up here with Brittain working that top line. But I'll tell you what, they're on the get-go again. Here's a restart, another one of these spur them ponies on and get them up ahead. So the racing action picks up here as we're almost 3 wide down there in front of Brown. Looks like DePino and Hall almost going 3 wide with a couple of them up here. Of course, thinking the better of that, back out of the throttle here a little bit. But I'll tell you, racing action picks up on the restart here. Every time is 3 wide coming through the trial. Will Hinkle in the middle, Brittain on Montreal. Almost didn't make it. Woo! That was a close one, dude.
I'm watching that 29 car. Man, he went from the high line to the low line trying to keep control of that car. And I'm taking a look here at that Cherry versus Lowell. And if I mention Cherry first, that's who's out in front of that battle between those 2 cars. As Lowell got caught up in that big crash here earlier. But Cherry trying to work that low line, work his way forward, JD.
I'll tell you what, Turner and Garcia up in front making that top line work. They're side by side with, looks like Foltz and Samanto up here now. So I'll tell you what, they just got to hang tight, persevere, stay put, and make it work. It will work. I know this track. Heck, I know the guy that built the darn place. So let's keep an eye on that action happening out in front. But Tracy, I thought I heard the screen door kind of squeaking back there, open and shut, and I believe Law Dog has finally made it to his desk.
Do we need to bring him a couple Kleenexes so he can wipe the sleep out of his eyes?
No, man, we need to get Bad Boy down there. You know, John Westling controls the budget here at ETV Live. I mean, come on, John, give up a couple of bucks and buy this cat an alarm clock, would you?
Well, first we got to get him a desk. I mean, the 3 boxes stacked up there probably isn't going to cut it for too much longer. And then we'll talk about if we can get him an alarm clock.
Okay,
Hey, Weber?
okay. Looks like we have a wreck out here on the track, guys.
All right, then looks like, Sean Brown taking a big hit too, guys. Yellow flag coming out here again. This is going to be number 8 as we roll the action back here again and see if I can't pick up here, John. But I know 65 was definitely involved in that, trying to get a different camera angle here. And at 65, I want to say 65 might have had some help, John, but have we got more?
Yeah, let's follow this around, JD, see what happens. It's just past the start-finish line. And I can't tell if that car got help or not. Kind of a bad car angle here. To me, it looks like he got tight there, came off the wall, shot straight down the track, just took out that 97 car. Wow, that was hard lick, guys.
Yeah, guys, looks like Sean Brown hit hard enough, took that engine out of the car, but you're absolutely right, John. Looks like the 65 got up, gave that safer barrier a slap, which just shoots that front end out from in front of him. And while he lost a little speed, he got a little help from behind, definitely. And yep, 65 blowing it as it took out the engine, as they're hooking that thing on a hauler and hauling it back to their trailer, JD.
And headed for the barn. I'll tell you what, we've got a number of them out of the race here tonight. So I'll tell you, unfortunate for Sean Brown, blown engine here at Daytona. And I know Sean, and I know he was looking forward to finishing this thing here tonight. But let's get back to the Law Dog down here. I'll tell you what, fans, I'm gonna throw him a bone here or two. Just a little bit, but if you're watching this race on one of the 2 brand spanking new live pages here at ETV Live, you can thank Rick the Law Dog Donathan for pretty much doing most of the work on it. Of course, he and I burning the midnight oil here for the last couple of nights, Rick. I tell you what, we're getting a lot of feedback on these new live pages, and everybody's loving it, dude.
Fantastic. Guys, it's great to be here. I'm sorry I'm late, but like you said, they've had us, I believe it's really, me and JD have really been working pretty hard on this for you guys out there, and John has really put his foot down and told us that we got to get this thing done for you folks, so hope you enjoy it, and even though I'm late, hey, I'm glad to be here. JD, looks like we've got a great race going on. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Jerry. And I'm in the house.
I call crap. I vote for shock treatments.
As always, I can see Jerry hadn't took his medicine today.
We got our, Jerry, we got our set from Saul, so maybe we could just try one of those little experiments they used in the show.
Nice.
Oh my God, it just gets deeper and deeper and deeper, dude. I tell you. But you know, you talk about John Westling being the slave driver and you know, the deadlines. I'll tell you what. You know, what turned into what we thought was going to be about a 2.5, 3 week project here turns into one of these 24-hour deadlines. And of course, it doesn't take us years to do a darn thing around here. It only takes us hours. But you talk about a dedicated group of people right here. There's about 10 of us aboard. And I tell you, we all share the workload. But I tell you, we have fun doing it. And that's the biggest thing we got going for us, Tracy.
Yeah, JD, you guys got to work on that live page. You know, John's got me out there in that 1971 Chevy 1-ton, dragging that 28-foot trailer around, hauling his cameras around, you know.
Well, I don't know about you, JD, but John got me a new caddy, and I'm pretty sure JD's picking his color out too. So,
was that your bonus? Is that your bonus check, or what is that?
Hey, all I know is I'm on the second rung of the ladder and JD's still standing on the ground, so I'm happy.
All right, I'll tell you what. Why don't we go ahead and step away? We'll take a commercial break right here. I believe this is going to be caution number 8 or 9. Who's counting now, dude? The laps are winding down, but you are watching it live. ETV Live, Cowboy, the HD Radio Network, Daytona 500, and no better gang to sit here and watch it with than our fans down there in the chat room. So I'll tell you what, we'll go through some of the names when we get back. Don't wander off, Cowboy. Hang tight. Hey dude, are you ready to rock and roll? If that's cool, then you need to do it over at HD Radio Network. HD Radio Network, 4 stations broadcasting 24/7 with everything from metal favorites to the 80s classic rock like legendary Leonard Skinner, Electric Light Orchestra, Foreigner, and bone-rattling, skull-crushing rock and roll on hard driving radio. And partnered with NuffWorld Simulation Gaming, check out the HD Radio Network's Nuff Radio with Bear Factory, Stone Temple Pilots, Def Leppard, and a whole lot more. HDRadionetwork.com. Take your pick and rock your brains out, dude. Do you know where your world is?